Go trip, I see you. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Ayo, Adeyemi, thank you so much. Say. Ọlọ́run máa jẹ́ o. God forbid, God forbid, God forbid. Yes, so. Ashiri, we are expecting our teacher. You need to suit up. Adeyemi, a picture out to you from big. Ọlọ́run máa jẹ́. Adeyemi, jẹ́ o. You can watch us on YouTube live as well, chat room with Arule. We are streaming this live directly. You are sure that I'm on suit? Yes. Because I have to be suitable. Suit to go Danny. You know Gianna. Ayo! Adeyemi barista here. We have the building. Some people Ọlọ́run máa jẹ́ respecting our daddy. Tomiwa, thank you for coming. And this afternoon here you are tweeting. Olajede, I see you. Any moment from now we're going to be having Reverend Dr. Sam Adeyemi, my teacher, my leader. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. You say, you put the chair up there. Hey, this is chat room show. With Oli Arole. I should give you the suit, you know what I'm talking about. We're expecting Reverend Dr. Sam Adeyemi, you know. Wait. Answer. Yeah, but something from where you. Paula David, how are you doing, guys? Every fan and friend of chat room is with you. I love you guys. You keep me going. You keep me coming in. Respecting him. Yes. He didn't know love is here. Lots and lot of people are here. It's 5 o'clock already. Believe me. You say. You say. This is a chat room show with Arule. You can go on our website www.chatroomwitharule.com. Thank you. God bless you. You say. Brilliant. You say. Ọlọ́run máa jẹ́ o. Respect, I can't wait to have it too. After this, we're going to talk. Rebo is coming in. It's getting set. We're having the Reb himself. Hey! They love my suit. I look suitable. For sure. See, baby, big shout out to you. I will big shout out to you. This is not just my effort, it's my effort. Scopa, big shout out to you, myself and my team. We're kicking it. Chat room going global. You know what I'm talking about. Some people they play some people don't want to make a roll. Reverend Sam Adeyemi in the building. I said it. Papi Lolo, Papi Juno. You say, take it up. My DJ. I have.
You know what I'm saying? When your father is rejoicing with you, you know what I'm talking about? Papi, no. You say, only for me. I am the most blessed human being alive.
Oh, serious?
Papi, how are you? I am excited.
Good. I am good. Thank you.
I am excited seeing you 100%. Because of you, sir. I've not won suit on this show before. I've never won a suit. So my leader is coming. Yeah. My leader is coming. My teacher is coming. I need to represent.
Okay. All right. So
I'm excited having you.
Get bottom of the box.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, sir? That's it. Something.
You're looking cool, man.
Thank you. I'm happy having you. You don't know how this means to me. Not just to me, to a lot of people across the world. They're excited having you. We know how busy you are, your schedule, your time, and everything, and you took time to be with us. My doctor.
I'm happy to be here. It's good to come have some exciting time with you and the team.
Yeah, you are excited too. So Rev, before we proceed, I wanted to listen to something. I have something for you. Just listen, and everyone watch it. I have this thing for you. Yes.
The description will be, I am blocking our progress. Bringing improvement to people's lives is a liability.
Yeah.
It defeats the essence of leadership. So the goal or the objective of leadership is improvement. It is positive change. And the means for achieving that goal is service. Service is meeting needs. Service is helping to solve problems. Service. That's what Jesus said. Anyone that wants to lead should serve.
That's why I'm serving you, sir.
I think
I can't follow you and my life will not bribe. Leadership is service. One of your teachings. One of it. Oh, yeah, if you are watching it, they think God preaching about me. You don't listen. See. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. And you are serving well. You are serving well.
Thank you, Dad. Now, second, I have so many things to bust your head. So, secondly, I have this for you. So, I discovered that, let's imagine Reverend Sam Adeyemi. This is how you actually do. I want to ask you for you, mimic it for you. So, if you're preaching and Reverend Sam on stage, Daystar Christian Center, you hear something like this, and when you want to laugh, your hand is like this. I don't know the covenant between your right hand and left hand. So, I don't know. Very synonymous. Then you go, I've busted this side. You've not seen anything. Maybe I'm ready for you on this show. Look at you. You do like this. Then you hit it like you say, success comes from within to without. Then if you want to laugh, you do like this. And if you're radio, exactly, that's it. That's that now. That's it. That's it. That's it. My mother. Then if you're radio, this is what we hear. Your radio. My name is Sam Adeyemi. Welcome to Success Power. Dramatic person. I'm also a filmmaker. I'm a comedian. So imagine you imparted a lot of life to a lot of people, even the street boys on the street, in the office, in the corporate world. So we imagine you working on an evangelism somewhere in Oshodi or somewhere at Musholosha, then one of the boys that you've actually preached to has given his life to Christ but still have that arrogance in him, just sees you on the road. This is what you are going to hear.
Ah, Pastor Sam, no, was a mistake. Doctor Sam, now. So I never married. Oh, I know your I know your doctor. I know you doctor. Let me go away. I like your power. I was in that time that you are getting me. Oh, no, your colleague, try it. Oh, I know your joke. Oh, there is a guy out there. Stop! Ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì yàtọ̀ sí ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì. Ọlọ́run. Yàtọ̀ wà nù ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì àti worship center. Ọlọ́run fi lọ. Sọ bàbá mi. Ó pọ̀ ọmọ àmọ́ ẹ o. Ilẹ̀ prince wà àmọ́ yìí o. Ìyẹn kan gbòòrò. Ìgbòho ẹ̀gùn tí ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì wà bàbá mi ò wà lẹ̀. Ọlọ́run. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ọ̀sà. Adéwà.
Oh God.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. You these guys.
We have no choice. We prepare for you, sir. You have touched all of us life. That is it. Both in the street and off the street. We love you.
Mm-hmm.
I can see Prophet Olade is here, Casey the musician. A lot of people are here. They've been waiting for you.
Oh, Prophet, God bless you.
You are just, sir, I want to ask this first question. This is where we're going to start officially. Why are you too calm? We are two together. You don't have this, you know. Yes, even you're preaching. Why?
That is the design. When I started learning how to preach, my pastor is not the calm type. Okay. So all of us were trying to preach like him. So we will preach, we will talk very fast, we will gesticulate with our hands. So I was doing like that too, right? It's just that it just wasn't feeling, it wasn't feeling me, you know? So, the day I saw Daddy Gio, Pastor Adeyemi preaching and standing on one spot and preaching a whole sermon, I said, I think I like this one. I like this one. So you can get results without jumping and shouting. Let me try this other side. When I tried the calm one, I just found out that was me, and everything worked smoothly from there. So the calmness is working.
Too much. You know, you make, sir, I'm here to open my mind to you. Firstly, you can see me on shift because of the lockdown thing. I'm looking like a baby. Somebody are calling me Elisha for Bawole. So I don't care. Call me whatever. I'm the voice in the Ikeja saying that this is what is happening. That's it, sir. Can you see? You can't
it's beautiful, though. Makes you look handsome. Handsomer.
Sir, I've missed you personally. I have missed you.
Same here.
I miss you. I miss how we, you know. After the partial lockdown in Lagos, before you want to enter the car, you say, change now, change. No, that's not what they say. Adeyemi, no smart, and it's anti-that. Straight, most of things are happening. A lot is going on. And sir, this is where I'm starting my interview from. Are you there? Can you hear me?
I'm there. Your picture was freezing, but I can hear you now.
But can you see me, sir? Can you still see me?
I can see you.
Yes, sir. It's the network. Oh, don't mind us, sir. It's the network. You know how it's this thing. We are still going to use this 5G last. You get my point? There's no way. Because that will be faster.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
So, sir, Omojo actually sending his greeting to you. Omojo is sending his greeting.
JJ.
JJ is sending his greeting. Ashiri is sending his greeting as well.
Love you, JJ. Ashiri comedy. God bless you.
So
proud of you guys. Love you.
Oh, thank you. So, sir, there is a major pandemic. Some of us have been at home for almost 2 months now. A major shock on the creative industry, not only in Nigeria, all over the globe. So it's a lot. So this is my first question. What advice, what word do you have for people at this time, especially business people, especially people in the creative, people that have not, our job is with time. It's really overwhelming, sir. I won't lie to you. I know some of my friends that ordinarily won't ask me for money before. Now they're asking for money. It's serious. Even me, I'm asking from God. So there's a shame now. The thing is getting really serious. So what can you tell us, sir?
Well, the first thing I'll say to everybody is anyone that has been used to confronting problems will realize life already prepared us for this. Anybody that was used to running away from problems, they will find this very overwhelming. Anybody that was used to confronting problems only for a little while and then camping, just finding a very safe place to stay, even though there was greater potential, the mountain was higher, we could have climbed higher with more effort, but we like to find where it is convenient. We stay there. They will also find this a bit overwhelming. But especially since you spoke about business people, entrepreneurs, I would like to remind them and everybody who has learned not to run away from their mountains, but to confront them, that this is just another problem. And problems for us are actually opportunities. Problems are, you don't win victories without battles. So those of us that have accepted life the way it is, have accepted the fact that there will always be problems in this world, always. The day you don't have any problem again in this world has disappeared. There will always be problems in this world. Now, if you ask billionaires, you will find out that they make their money where you have the biggest problems in this world. So what people run away from is what they run towards. This thing will pass. The beautiful thing is that it is not new. It has happened before. So the historians are giving us the dates. It happens at an average of 100 years apart. The last one was 1918 to 1920. This is 2020, okay? So global population there was about 1.5 billion. We are 7 billion plus now. They say between 50 to 100 million people died then. Presently, with the way we're going now, we will have far less because of advances in science and technology. So even though one death is too many, the death of one person is too many, okay? So I'm just saying we have greater capacity now. We will overcome it. It will pass, okay? I've been telling people what Jack Ma said, the Chinese billionaire that owns Alibaba. He said, if you're a business person, just walk towards surviving 2020. He said, if you survive 2020, you made profit already. Okay. So I would say now, while doing that, we need more than ever before. Just help people to go through. The instinct for survival is the strongest in man. So people tend not to think correctly anymore. Once there is hunger and they don't know how to go about it, you don't want a human being to go down to that level. None of us should allow that to happen to anybody. At least food people need to have to eat. So please, let's help one another out. I believe people are learning lessons now because some of us have learned to live life like things are going to be stable over a long period of time. Life is not like that. That's why we get taken by surprise. Life is not like that. So we have to keep living as if things are going to change. So that once there's a small sign, at the first small sign of change, we pick it and we start running. But for now, let's hold on. The thing will pass. This phase will pass. And let's stay safe. Because some people are living risky life. I don't understand why they said, oh, you can go out a little bit. And some people just run outside and they are rubbing bodies with everybody. As if they have spare life at home. And we're dealing with something that does not have medicine or have a cure yet. So please, everybody should stay safe until this thing passes.
You see, when you talk, you see, who am I not to have my notepad? I am a student in your class. No, sir,
okay.
That's it. You're pastor of our church, because you are a Reverend Dr. Miboli, the prophetic. I did here this Leadership Academy. I am proud to say it's part of my seat. I've been at ELC as congregation. Someday, sometime, I'm going to be one of the guests. That's it. Prophetically.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, so you talk, I listen. You're connecting to people all across the globe. You know, we have a massive followership, over 1.6 million. Our impression is 4.4 million. It's huge.
Right.
And people are jotting this down.
I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, Revo, sir, this question has been bothering me, and I'm excited that you're here to help me flash it out deeply. And why is this next question means a lot to me and to a lot of people. And why? Because I'm more in the entertainment space, and we see a lot of things. I see a lot of things. And this is the question I want to ask. How can we measure true success? And I will explain it a bit, right?
Okay.
Because I'm in a place where flashiness is what is being announced as success.
Yeah.
Is it by the cars? Is it by the houses? So now we cannot really determine real success. So that's what I'm asking. Is it by the cars? Is it the houses? Some people now think, success is by our followership based on social media. You have 5.5 million followership, you are successful. So and so many information on Twitter, on IG, a lot of things from celebrities. So we cannot even define. Some people might be successful and still depressed. I don't really have all of this yet. So what are the measures of true success?
Thank you. Very good question. Oh, very good question. When I began to study success, it was when things were very difficult for me. After graduation, trying to get a job, unable to get a job, trying, frustrated, tried to travel out of Nigeria, everything collapsed, all that. And I began to think, is there a system, is there a way to achieve success? Now, sincerely speaking, for a long time, that success for me was to live a comfortable life, because nice cars, have some money in the account, have a beautiful wife and children. Yeah. So, but as I began to study success further, I remember when I read a book titled Success by Glenn Bland. The guy wrote the names of 9 people that had been very powerful before in the US. The head of the gas company, head of this, head of bank, all of that. And how all 9 of them ended their lives in misery. Some of them were in prison just some years down the line. In prison, the one that committed suicide and all of that. Say, hey, what is this? So when one has been deprived of something, you tend to overvalue that thing. You know? Yes. If you have been deprived of money, you tend to overvalue money. If you have been deprived, let's say even of a child, you tend to overvalue, you know. You've been deprived of a job, you tend to overvalue. You know, to you, it looks like if you could just get that thing, all your problems will be solved. And that's one of our major challenges, I would say, in our part of the world, in Africa or Nigeria. So we tend to overvalue money. Once I have the money, I have the houses, I have success comes with a fresh set of problems. Fresh set. So I will use the illustration that Jesus used one day in Luke chapter 12. The man, you know, you look into the dictionary, they say the definition of success: to achieve your aim, to achieve your goal, okay, to turn out as expected. Fine. So Jesus told the story of this man in Luke 12 from verse 16, who set goals. He was a farmer, you know, and the man, Jesus said, planted crops this particular year, and his ground brought forth in abundance, beyond his expectation. The man said, what am I going to do now? I will pull down my warehouses. I will build new ones. I will store all my crops. He said, then I will say to my soul, relax. Eat, drink, and be merry. Party, enjoy now. Jesus said that God spoke from heaven and told him, you're a fool. Tonight, your soul will be required from you. You will report in heaven. So who will own all those things that you used all your life to build up and to acquire? So that shifted my thinking. If success is the achievement, I was angry. I was angry at Jesus, because here is somebody praying and aspiring to break through, and Jesus just finished breakthrough like that. And said the man was a fool. So I was asking, I was praying and asking God, what did the man do wrong? What did he do wrong? He had ambition. Is that wrong? Do you hate for somebody to be successful? The Holy Spirit said, I should read it again. I read it. I said, I cannot see anything that he did wrong. He said, read it again. I cannot be wrong. I read it. He said, read it slowly. I said, okay. So it took me several times of reading before I noticed that there was no mention of God in everything the man said. No mention of God. So I realized that was where the problem was. If you say success is the achievement of goals, who sets the goals? Before each person was born into this world, God designed each person's life. So at the end of the day, you can set fantastic goals for yourself, but if the person that designed your life says, look, what you did was good, but it was not the right thing, it was not the correct thing, what do you want to say? So the measure of success, so the challenge with us is that we keep looking at the environment, at society to define success for us. And social media has made it even tough. And I think that's the challenge with your industry specifically, because you guys are major influencers. You have loads of people following you. Celebrities, especially for the younger generation, celebrities are the role models now. Now, it will take a smart person to know that on social media, it is our best that we put there. It is Photoshop. Who wants to put their problems out there? Who wants to put their challenges out there? Okay, so the ideals that we're aspiring to are not realistic. We're now having ideals that are not realistic. So so my encouragement to everybody is, success is not just achieving your goals. Success is finding out why you were even born, why you were released on this planet. and achieving God's goals. You will be amazed that you may not have as much as your neighbor has, is looking for, but they cannot define it. But when you experience it, you know it. It is fulfillment we're looking for. There is no guarantee. Yes, we need to have basic needs met. Okay? We need to have basic needs met, but there is nothing on this planet that can give lasting fulfillment like that. It is alignment with God's plan for our lives that gives the fulfillment. And some people, like Jesus Christ, though, found that fulfillment in laying down his life to die. That's remarkable. By our own definition today, Jesus Christ would be a massive failure. Hanging on the cross was supposed to be a powerful person that came to save the whole world, and he died a very cheap death, hanging between two robbers.
Yes, sir. If this was a rap competition or a rap show, they'll call it that you are dropping bars. This is what you're saying is not bars. So bars is based on the statement. I know you said something powerful and you've clarified a lot in my heart. And I can just summarize it that, you see, success is aligned with God's purpose for your life. That's it. That's based on what you said. God, you know, it's not defined by material things. It's not defined by the houses you have, by the clothes you have. Just align. Like for me, for example, my alignment is to make people happy. That's it.
Right.
Put smiles on people's faces. Put smiles on people's faces. Your own.
And you're doing it.
Oh.
We're enjoying.
Oh, no.
We're enjoying you. Okay. So you notice something, right? That at the end of the day, you know, I was teaching people how to succeed, how to set goals, how to achieve them. I now found out at some point that at the highest level of success, it is not measured by what you acquire. It is actually measured by what you give. It is measured by service to other people. That's how I got into leadership. I tell people your purpose. So when we talk about God's life is too small to be the purpose of your life. Can you imagine all these massive gifts that God gave you to make people happy, that you now focus only on making only yourself happy? The rest of us, we won't hear you, we won't hear anything from you. At the end of the day, you will be miserable. So the real thing, service, yes, is in meeting other people's needs with what God gave you.
Like you met my need, you just started the Leadership Academy. Like you met my need, you settled the leadership conference. Like you met my needs by setting this star. Man. When we get to heaven, we'll be visiting each other's houses. You know.
That's right.
I'm not just excited today. Millions of people are getting blessed. You can't imagine the reach where this is getting to. People are tweeting about it all over the world. This is the globe. And people's lives are changing. Please second. People's lives are changing. Sir, I'm going to do the next question because, you know, why coming? A lot of things. You coming is personal to me first, then to my followers. Because, sir, there are a lot of informations around. We're living in a world where you see information everywhere. On Twitter, right. Somebody can just tweet randomly. You don't know whether it's wise or foolish. Somebody will just post on IG. You don't know, you know. So we have different information literature. I want you to help me throw light on this. Some people believe, sir, that God is only interested in people like pastor, prophet, teachers. That God is not interested in creatives like comedians, like musicians, like artists, like a fashion designer, like the person that cooks food. You know, they say when we talk about God, it's just that, you know, if you are not preaching, if you are not prophesying, God's interest in that woman cooking food by the roadside, the role of God in our life in those spaces.
You're asking good questions.
Thank you.
See, to answer that question, I will apologize first on the behalf of us pastors. You see, that impression is prevalent because we're doing Old Testament ministry in New Testament season. In the Old Testament, yes, they anointed the king, anointed the prophet, anointed the high priest, and those were the, servants of God. And then you had the tribe, the Levites. In the New Testament, Acts chapter 2, Peter said, this is what Joel said, though, Acts 2, 16 and 17, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. All flesh, oh. So we pastors will say, look, don't talk to me like that. The Bible said, touch not my anointed. See, apart from the fact that that passage was talking about the whole of Israel, in the New Testament, all of us are anointed. That's the truth. All of us are anointed. That is why temple ministry could not suffice for New Testament. Could not suffice. That's why ministry exploded in people's houses. Because the temple, this church building is too small to contain all of us. So you read Ephesians chapter 4, verses 11 and 12. It says that God gave some to be apostles, to be pastors, evangelists, prophets, teachers. And then in verse 12, it explains what for. Yes, we were all reading King James Version of the Bible before, and it mentioned three things. For the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Christ. He said for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Christ. So we thought it is those of us, apostles, prophets, evangelists, that should perfect the saints, that should do the work of the ministry. So in the New King James Version and more recent translations, the first comma is removed because it was the translators that introduced the punctuation marks. And it changed the whole meaning. So now it is to perfect or to equip the saints for the work of the ministry. So it's not only those of us that hold my... Define it like that. Right? This idea that the pastoral office is superior to every other office, what every other person is doing is inferior, that thing just dies. So these days, when people say, what is the church doing? What is the church saying? I realized in the first place, their definition of church is wrong, because their definition of church is the organization. But church is all of us. So the church is in government. The church is in the entertainment industry. Church is in the business world. We're there already. The big question is, are we living like Christ? If we do, Christ in the entertainment industry, Christ in the... One of the major things that will characterize us is creativity. Deuteronomy 28 verse 13. Moses told God's people, God will make you the head and not the tail. And I tell people, the head, where the head goes, that's where the whole body goes. Tail. And that the thinking happens in the head. Creativity, innovation happens in the head. Tail is not involved in the discussion. They drag it anywhere. If you don't think, they will drag you about. So, creativity is of God. Innovation is of God. The entertainment industry is very important to God. What does the entertainment industry do? It tells stories. It tells stories through the movies, tells stories through music, tells stories through comedy. Go and check Jesus Christ. Why is it that people don't rush us to hear our messages the way they were rushing Jesus? They said Jesus did not say anything to the crowd without a story, without an illustration. The gospel is about storytelling. So I said to our CEO in Daystar some weeks ago, I said, if it was left to me, our drama unit will minister 3 weekends. Me, I will do preaching only once. He said, wow. I said, yes. Stories do the job better than digging fits their values. I see you guys in the entertainment industry as ministers. So I want to encourage you, unleash your creativity, your God-given creativity. The important thing, though, is we've got to communicate powerful values.
Yes, sir. You see, Yoruba will say, for those that don't understand Yoruba language, apologies, they'll say, Omona. What does Omona mean? Fire. You see, Rev, sir, I know you, I know my time with you. I know you're a very busy person. I know. But the time of IG is 1 hour. Because so I'm looking at my time. My time is 5:55. It goes. So please, sir, just after that 1 hour, just permit me a few more minutes. Because people's lives are about to really change. You know, where the gospel is getting to, there's no block. You said it, we are the church. Some people are here, they're on Twitter. This message is getting to Twitter already. So meanwhile, is here, a lot of people are here. They are tweeting about it. Ashiri is here as well. You said a lot. We are ministers. Ministers on Twitter, ministers on Instagram, making people communicating right value. Hey, I get you. Rev, now this next question also, because I thought this thing quite true, and I must be honest with you, before bringing here, I knew prayer I've prayed. That's it. That my tongue is with the Holy Spirit. So it's not, my sense cannot carry this question. You know that. You know that there's a spirit in man, the vision of the Most High. Give it understanding. I'm not wise. Please drop. Sir, let me just say this one. People actually graduated first class.
Right.
2-1 graduate. Right. There are second category of people that finish from school. Those are people that do 2-2. Hold on, Arev, hold on, 2-2. Sir,
okay.
I did not graduate, sir. I did not finish. The school finished me. The school finished me. I was doing 3-4, 4-5. To get my point.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, serious.
So you know that this thing is Holy Spirit. Sir,
right.
I've seen you build 2 powerful structures. Until now, it dazes me. You are the lead pastor of Daystar Christian Center. That is a structure as a church. Yeah. I decide that I attend, and I'm glad I'm part of that. Yeah. Now, you intentionally now built another structure called Sam Adeyemi. That is another structure. Sir. So there's this Christian Center that runs. There is Sam Adeyemi that consults. That is the leader that does the Sam Adeyemi JLC and all of that. Sir, this is my question that still baffles me till now. How are you able to balance those 2 sides? Being the senior pastor of this Christian Center, that aside. And I've noticed you are not a man of title. That's it. A man's value is not in his title, it's in his name. When we mention Sam Adeyemi name, Agbarani. When we mention this Christian Center, Agbarani, how?
Candidly, if I'll be very honest, I'll just say grace. You get vision in your heart and you give it your best. So it just so happened that I got stuck somewhere early 1994. And I was praying and fasting, just asking God, what's the next level? How do I move forward? And in the answer that I got, there were 2 organizations straight. I was going to teach people how to succeed on the media, and I was also going to set up a church. When I started Success Power First 25 years ago, February 1995. Went on radio, began to teach people how to succeed, non-religious, you know. And that one, it was just boom, like that. Then later in the year, we started the church. But as the 2 of them began to grow, then it became a struggle. because I then suddenly realized each of them was going to be a global organization. So I had to now pray again. How should I structure it? Because sometimes multi-talented people have a challenge. They don't know which one to do first, what to start with. So I had to pray about it. And what I got was that I should step down on Success Power, just keep it on one radio station and face the church. That the time would come later to switch. So I faced the church. Church grew. I mean, humongous system. But God gave us the wisdom to build systems and structures, you know, and to train people that will do the job. So I delegate massively. And when the time came, some 6-7 years ago, I just knew it's time to build the other part. So I went to school to do my doctoral program in leadership, and then started experimenting, started learning and experimenting. Last year, then I went online, started webinars and so on. How would I have even known? So we had been doing experiment, and then by the time this pandemic came, the Success Power just exploded. Adeyemi GLC, we started some 18 months ago. And that's my consultancy for high-level leaders. What do you do? Time management, ability to prioritize, ability to look at all the things you need to do and to decide this is the most important, this is the most important. I don't have more than 24 hours. Everybody has 24 hours. But once I do the most important things, I'll be fulfilled. Then I delegate massively. I can't afford to be stingy or selfish. So I have to teach people everything I know. People told me that I was taking terrible risks, that people will hurt me. Like on the church side, they say, they will just break your church apart and take your members away. It's okay. But I just realized I could not fulfill my dream now. Our staff can carry them away because other people are also signatories to the account. So, but I found out interestingly that God's principles don't fail. People, when Jesus says love, when God says love people, sometimes our environment makes you to feel like if you love people that you are being stupid, like you are being a momo. But it's not like that. There's a way a human being is wired that makes human beings to respond to love. So I found out instead of people hurting me, what I have gotten is fierce loyalty. Such that even when people have left our organizations, they're still tracking back to help me succeed. They're still giving me ideas. My consulting thing, when I organize an event, whether it's in Nigeria, the US, or Dubai, sincerely speaking, I have proteges that show up. Some of them buy their own tickets. They show up from everywhere, from Nigeria, from Canada, to help me organize from start to finish with excellence. And they tell me, so I say, what should I pay you? They say, you paid us up front. You've done your payment. We have to help you succeed. So the leadership, the management skills are important. The leadership part is also very important.
Papa, please, I beseech you,
I see you. We have more than 4-5 networks here. So guys, go to www.chatroomsarene.com. You need to grow. Delegate. Prioritize. Wow. RDIC, Remy Dairo, Taya.
Hello.
Oh. I am a blessed one. Do you know the fact that you can call my name, that they say Arole and you identify with me, there's something it does to me. I can remember me coming from OAU one day. You showed me that picture. You remember that picture some 5 years back. It was somewhere at a Chinese restaurant, Pastor Kende for like, birthday. And I was discussing, I said that we should be discussing that Pastor Tola CD that is not in Canada should snap. So it looks like we're actually discussing. And so we've come a long way. People don't know we've come a long way.
Oh yeah, and I mean, especially seeing that picture, that particular picture, it is inspiring. I said, but it was just a few years ago now. I really has blown. No, we thank God.
You are such a loving father. Your effort towards us when we did that movie, I told you the call scattered everywhere, smashed it all over Nigeria, top grossing till now. And you prayed for us. Lovely movie that has values. And after that, I told you I was going to mainstream school in the UK. You prayed again. I smashed the Oyibo there. I got there. We know your mom by the say, but I could not understand the English first. I had the 40th class. The money, are you for the class money? Calm down. Just calm down.
I saw that you almost came back with passport yourself.
Daddy, I can't continue without celebrating your sweetheart, your sugar berry, your honey pie. Oh, Pastor Mrs. Nike. She's such a beautiful mother. I can't continue. She's so wonderful to a lot of us. She's our mother, She has a ladder, a heart of gold. I knew she was on your leg for you on this. Like, you need to attend to your son. Yeah, she's there. She's there. She's there. She's there.
She's in the room.
There. Yes.
Thank
you so very much. Thank you so much for all your messages to us, all your preachings to us.
Is my picture frozen?
I think it's even mine. Hold on, sir. The network. Network do you have, baby? Cis network. Cis network. Daddy, I'm coming back with you. Cis network. Am I buying now? Am I come on the global space? Daddy, I'm back. I'm telling them that they will think I have 6 networks because of this show. 6 enough. You get all this network.
Yes, so thank you for celebrating my babe, the best babe in the world. Knockout, babe. Oh yeah.
Everybody just thinking that you are so humble. You are mommy. That's another day. Now, Dad, this is the last one. Then you pray for us and I'll release you. Yeah, this is the last one. And this is based on what you said the other time. I have a strong belief that every one of us lead at every level in life. So amongst my friends, I lead. at the office I lead, because when we talk about leadership, straight your mind goes to a governor, your mind goes to a president, your mind goes to. So I believe there is a level of leadership at every level. There's as a friend you lead, in an industry you lead. Now, what are the characters of true leadership? What are the things that I will have that will make me say, yes, I'm a leader at my small space?
Thank you. Good question. You rightly said it. Up until now, our definition of leadership has been tied to position. You know, people that occupy position. So in the church, the leader is the pastor. At home, the leader is the daddy. At work, the leader is the CEO. But we've checked out the definition of leadership now. It is ability to influence one or more people to achieve a worthwhile goal. That's all. So I say, when you bring it down to that, ability to influence somebody to achieve a goal. And I say, if you remember when you were a child and you persuaded your friend to go with you to buy sweets, that was leadership. You influenced your friend to achieve a goal. Leadership happens at all levels. Leadership happens at all levels. So followership itself is leadership. We've been wondering, so in Nigeria, that's why we get excited when we're approaching the elections, you know. So just before the last elections, I was asking people, since 1999, we have been voting in Nigeria. This is going to be the 6th time. Who election help? Who election help? We've been changing people. Situation has not changed. We need to find the solution elsewhere. And it's simply because, and then people get surprised at sometimes the kind of leaders that we elect. I found an answer to it during my postgraduate programs on leadership. They call it prototypicality. Sorry for the big grammar. Prototypicality. Daddy Gio, Pastor Adeyemi, he used layman's language and his illustration to explain it for me one day when we met on the flight. He said, if you have a group of armed robbers that want to elect a leader, will they elect a policeman? Because I asked him, what is happening in Nigeria? What is the church supposed to do? You know, he said, let me give you a question. If a group of armed robbers wants to elect a leader, will they elect a policeman? I said, No. Would they elect a policeman? I said, no. They will elect an armed robber like themselves that is more sophisticated, more experienced in armed robbery. So prototypicality says, the principle says, people will choose the person that best approximates to the ideal member of that group. The person that looks like them, you know, but that is ideal. That is the role model. So I say, when you look at the people we elect, you will see us there. It is us, that's how we are. Right? So, to be a good leader, you need character and you need competence. The character part, your qualities. A leader needs to be honest. A leader must be honest. A leader must have integrity. When a leader is not, it means that the leader will tell people to do one thing and the leader will do something else. You know what you will have? You will just have hypocrisy run from top to bottom in the system. There will be no truth. Have you noticed in Nigeria, we've been finding it very difficult to conduct census. We don't have an accurate measure. We don't have accurate figures for how many we are because we're not truthful. when it comes to election, we know too, registration, we will register small babies, we will register ghosts, we will register everything. Okay? You cannot build anything stable on falsehood. So to be a good leader, and remember now, leader is not only being the president or governor. To be a leader, even at your own level, as a student, at your own level, in your house, in your community, on your street, you need to be a honest person. So in our system, when you are honest, because the collective character of a society is the culture of the society. That's why culture is then powerful. So you find out then in an environment, if you have an environment where falsehood, people are not honest generally. If you try to be honest, you'll see they will shut you down. If they have power, they will use it to hurt you because you're trying to spoil business for them. So honesty, love. If a leader does not love people genuinely, that leader will fail. It is guaranteed. You must genuinely care for people because leadership is about serving people. Responsibility is another big one. No? Responsibility. The person that says, since it is our problem, it is my problem. I will do everything I can to resolve it. That's the leader. It's okay for you to have a piece of paper on the floor and for people to be going by because they were not the ones that put it there. But the leader is the one that will do something about it. Yeah, the leader is the one that will do something about the problem. Okay. A leader is selfless. So a leader focuses more on other people than on self. So when you see someone that wants to succeed at the expense of other people, sincerely speaking, that person is a failure. As far as leadership is concerned, you can achieve individual success, which I see, we have a lot of that in the environment, you know, individual success. But when you now have a problem like COVID-19, that is not a personal problem, but that is attacking everybody together, then our weaknesses will now show up. There's no infrastructure to face it, no health infrastructure because everybody was busy taking the billions and keeping it in their own account. Okay, so that's the character side. Then you have the competence side. It's not enough for you to be a good man. You need to know the job. Leadership is a skill. If you want to board a taxi, let's say from Lagos to Ibadan, then you see the driver and they tell you the man is a very good man. He's a very honest man, but he doesn't know how to drive. Will you board the vehicle?
No, sir.
The competence side is very important. I was discussing with Donald Duke, my good friend, former governor of Cross River State one day. We met on a flight. So I said to him, you did some things that I really liked when you were governor. At least I saw that you had vision, which is another very important quality of a leader. Vision. Leader must be able to see people and things and places, not just the way they are, but the way they could be. It's one of the things that frustrates me the most about leadership in Nigeria. Frustrates me big time. I want to hear someone talking about what the country will look like in 10 years' time, in 20 years' time. Once you take vision out of a leader, there's nothing left. Nothing left. Vision is the heart of leadership. So I was telling him some of the things he did and demonstrated vision. So I said to him, but a lot of your colleagues in politics are not competent. They don't even have vision. He said, Sam, Nigeria is like an aircraft that is being flown by pilots that did not go to flying school. And when they crash the plane, everybody will now be shouting. That description was so apt. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board flight Kinikon NG 104. You know, this is going to be an exciting flight. It will take us also time. Well, I should just let you guys know, I never went to flying school, but when I pray And you know, this spirit just comes on me. My flights are usually fantastic. So sit back, tighten your seatbelt, enjoy your flight. So I ask people, will you stay inside the plane?
Not at all.
I will. We will burn that plane because I must come down. We're not going anywhere. Don't go and kill me. So the competence side, the skills. A leader must have management skills. A leader has got to have leadership skills. Okay, and the leadership skills include having vision, not only having vision, having capacity to communicate it. You can have fantastic ideas. If you cannot successfully transfer them into other people's minds, nobody is following you anywhere. You'll be surprised. They'll fight your ideas. You've got to have delegation skills. Okay, you've got to have people skills, know how to get the best out of people and get them raving mad to achieve the goals or the vision that you want to achieve. So this is what I will say now. As I'm describing that, I know it's easy to see the fault in people occupying leadership positions around us. But the question I'm going to ask everybody is, you as a person. So, are you leading well? Do you have character? If you lie to yourself, there's no way you won't lie to other people. Do you keep your own promises? Okay, that's where it starts from. Are you using your own scenario as challenges? I agree, for example, that Nigeria, that Africa is not ideal. I know we're spread all over the world. Some of us are in Asia, even America, the United States of America, Europe, South America. Good. Your country is not ideal. Your scenario is not ideal. Yes, we're right in the middle of a pandemic. The big question is, so how are you responding to this scenario? Are you complaining? Are you feeling like a victim? Or are you developing the power of vision in your imagination? Okay, creating possibilities in your imagination. That's the starting point. If you can't do it for yourself, how will you do it for other people? Not talk of a whole nation if you become president. So are you leading yourself well for a start? Okay, are you cutting corners? If you're an employee right now, are you cheating on your boss? There's no, when I'm telling you, what we do when we're small is what we're going to do when we're big, period. So I want to challenge the younger generation right now. We need to write a new story. We've got to create a new future. And this is our own chance. This is our opportunity. See, change will happen. Whether you like it or not, whether you pray for it or not, change will happen. Are you preparing for that change? Let's develop the character. Let's develop the skill. Buy a book on leadership. If you hear there's a seminar somewhere, attend it on leadership, on management. Prepare yourself to handle big things. If possible, do entrepreneurship, do business on your own. You know why? Because it gives you freedom. If you have to depend on someone for survival, it's very difficult to change that person. If you have to depend on a system for survival, it's very difficult to change that system. So if you can do entrepreneurship, fantastic, and you are global in your thinking, and especially if you can leverage the internet, then your space will be global. With that, your environment won't be able to limit you too much. And then let's prepare, because in the next few years ahead, I see phenomenal opportunities for us to provide the highest level of leadership we have ever seen from our part of the world.
Ah, Baba, are you keeping your promise? Oh, hook me somewhere in Hablole. At this junction, that's the truth, sir. That's the truth. You are all of us on this table. Normally, there is what we say. They say that you have scattered table. So it's not scattered table. You remove the whole chair, shift back, table upside down, no leg on it. But sir, it's quite insightful today. I've been blessed personally. I have a lot of people that are even following Muslims that you're fan, that they consume your materials. They say that I should say a big thank you to you for being wonderful. I'm sending regards to them. A lot of them are watching you right now. And material is all over YouTube. I'm correct. I read that one. That one liberated my life. The one about ideas, I read it. There is one Reverend Sam Asna about grace personified. You did not pay me for this. Don't worry, it's my job. That's it. I'm very responsible, and I keep my promises. That's all. That's it. So guys, don't joke with all of those. So before you leave, this is the point that is crucial. I don't joke with this part, because wherever there is a king, there is the authority of a king, and you are our father. You are a king in that aspect. I want you to release words into our life. Your words are not ordinary. Anybody watching this is not ordinary. Either receive the prophet, receive the reward of a prophet. You get it's not. It's our teacher heavy. Firstly, you first of all pray for this chat room. As you have come today, we are taking it global. That is going to be on TV across the world, on Sky. That a lot of people are going to come. That God will bring sponsor. I believe in your prophetic utterances. I believe in it. I do not joke. And to everyone watching across the globe, that we do not remain the same.
Amen. Lord, we're grateful for this beautiful opportunity for us to share together. Thank you. Thank you. Lord, I want to very specially thank you for Wole Arole. Thank you, because you made him a gifted man, and he is serving humanity with his gift. And today, I bless him in the name of Jesus Christ. I bless chat room with Arole, and I declare a fresh release of the grace of God.
Amen.
Favor like never before.
Amen.
Creative wisdom like never before.
Amen.
This program has become a platform for the transformation of lives globally. So Lord, anyone that comes here, sadness will be taken away from their lives. Failure will be taken away from their lives. Poverty will be taken away from their lives. Sicknesses and diseases will be taken away from their lives. I pray for everyone that is a part of this session, everyone that will be watching it after now. Lord, let your power rest on them. Whatever is limiting anyone right now, Lord, in Jesus' name, we declare it is removed.
Amen.
I receive for each one enlargement of capacity.
Amen.
I receive for each one new visions, new dreams.
Amen.
Yes, bigger ideas.
Amen.
Accuracy of decision making.
Amen.
Courage to take action.
Amen.
Favor to make whatever we do to prosper.
Amen.
Favor to attract all the resources we need to fulfill our dreams.
Amen.
Healing for anyone that is experiencing pain in their bodies.
Amen.
Restoration of relationships that have been broken.
Amen.
We receive miracles.
Amen.
In Jesus' mighty name. Amen. You, everyone in the entertainment industry that is a part of this, really, really love you guys and appreciate you for using your gifts to serve humanity. And I wish you greater success in all that you do.
And sir, the next time I'm going to call upon you will be in our studio. And I'll say, sir, we did virtual.
Right.
And now this is the studio for chat room. And this is to the TV and to the world. I love every video and your wonderful children. And God bless J-Star Christian Center. Everybody across the world. Come, before you leave, come and see our team. Come and receive protein. It's not only me. Come. So everything you see, this is that little boy that was telling you. Is the comedian Bleach. This is
wow.
Yes.
Okay now.
And this is Dakwawe. Yes.
Hey.
And he's not killing anymore.
Bless you.
Thank you so much. Of you. So guys, don't forget, stay safe, be cool. You can go to our website. Mommy Prayer said, God bless all everybody behind you. See. And after all of this, our movie is going to come to the cinema. Casey, I see you. MC Attraction, The Bind. That's the movie by Wole Arole. I've done one before, The Call. It's coming online. I'm going to share that good news with everybody. And go to our website, www.chatroomwitharole.com. While Rev was speaking, it was being streamed live on YouTube. So you can go on YouTube immediately. Chatroom with Wole Arole as well. You guys are amazing. You guys are wonderful. I'm sure without you guys, there's no way we'll have done. Even Rev is still watching this. We could have done this. Thank you for staying through with me. Thank you for loving my brand. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you. You made it wonderful. Your comments were popping in. And I will continually say that what am I without God? This is just one of the expressions TV on media on YouTube, and it's going to be refreshing. Thank you. Don't forget 9 p.m. today. I'm bringing an actor. Who is that? Who am I bringing by night today? Alaye Toshe Gogo. Action. Thank you for those tweets. Ashira, I see you. Japet Omojo, everybody. Bumi Banks, God bless you. Christian Media, I can. Adeyemi, that is justified.